All right, guys, back and biceps are complete, and I'm trying to refocus and put maximum effort into every set. So, not taking away from the work I've done before, but after just watching a particular someone and the effort they put in, it made me really realize and put it in perspective that I can absolutely do a little bit more. So that's my focus right now is effort. Even though I'm in a cut, that doesn't mean lift super heavy. It means put more effort into the sets that I'm doing. So that's going to be the focus for a while. So the workout, back and biceps. So we started with back. It's the more dominant muscle group, takes the most energy, and it also recruits your biceps a little bit. So I wanted to hit back first. Started with lat pull downs, pretty empty gym, so I didn't have to worry about somebody, getting in the way of the routine that I was wanting to do today. So I warmed up, of course, really light, really slow, squeezing sets of 6 to 12 reps, whatever I felt like, really. And as I got closer to my working weight, I upped the tempo. And then after I warmed up, the focus was moderate to heavy on the lat pull down. So we're really focusing on the stretch at the top and slowly pulling the weight down. And what we're wanting to do here is make that mind-muscle connection with our lats. And it takes a lot of practice, but once you get it, it'll click. Like you're pulling with your back, not your arms. And wrist straps will help a lot with that. I have a hard time keeping up with mine, and I don't want to keep buying them. But in the future, we're going to be using wrist straps a lot. So we pull the weight down with our lats, squeeze at the bottom, full stretch at the top. Use a weight that is really hard to do 12 reps with, 8 reps, somewhere in that range, and you should get a really good lat pump. And then after that one, we moved on to the pullover with the rope attachment. This is one that's taken some getting used to for me. I get a really good stretch and right in the upper back, right around the shoulder when I go heavy, and it's all right. So we're pulling the weight down with our lats again and squeezing at the back, full stretch, full squeeze, mind-muscle connection. That's how you get the most out of that one. And after that one, my lats were pretty pumped, and we were moving on to more of a upper back traps movement, dumbbell rows. I went really heavy on the first one, and it was by an accident. I was going to use the 60 pounders, but I used the 65 pounders. I didn't realize it until the set was done. So that goes to show you that I'm not putting in the effort that I really need to. I have more in me. I have more to give, and I'm going to keep giving it. So with the dumbbell rows, find something to lean over, prop your leg up, however you want to do it. I like to lean over full force into my arm, and switching lanes, and make sure I wasn't going to ram into somebody while I'm talking about my workout. But full stretch, pull it up towards your hip, a little hook grip action. Focus on using your back again. Back can be tricky. You just got to practice it, and as soon as you can start making that mind-muscle connection with your back, it's going to change everything, I promise. So I ended up doing 3 sets here, and that concluded the back portion of my workout. Up next was biceps. There's a couple movements I like doing with biceps right now. That's really, really, it feels really good. So started with basic cable curls facing the stack. We warmed up, of course, moving on to a new muscle. So we always warm up lightweight, moving up to our working weight. And after we warmed up, it was time for the working sets. So here, keeping the elbows by my side, full stretch at the bottom, pulling the weight up slowly. And to me, full range of motion is pulling the weight almost up to your shoulders. It does cause your elbows to go forward a little bit, but at the top, I really, really feel it in my biceps. So I kind of go against the grain here with my form, and and as long as it's not causing an injury and I'm getting a good pump in my biceps, I think it's the right thing. You might feel it if you do it this way. You might not. You might use a more strict form. I don't know, whatever works for you. But I busted out 3 sets here. And then I actually up the weight a little bit, I turned around with my back against the cable stack. I leaned forward a little bit. This is more of a stretch-based movement in your biceps. So this is something I'm starting to learn to incorporate more types of working sets, whether it be tempo reps, whether it be stretch-based movements, squeeze-based movements. You know, just mixing it up is definitely gonna help you in the long run. But here, you know, I lean forward a little bit, full stretch at the bottom, pull the weight up in a curling motion. Biceps were on fire. So I ended up doing 4 sets on that one, and that concluded my workout. Went and did my pose down. Haven't really looked at it yet, but it felt pretty good. So all in all, it was a solid day's work. And it was pretty cool. As I was leaving, one of the trainers that work there were like, "Hey man, your membership's about to expire. Let's renew that." And he started talking. He's like, "Man, you have really packed on some muscle and lost some weight." And I was like, "Yeah, man, about last year I've lost about 35 pounds. And he said I was looking good. And also said I was the gym's most active member and threw in a free month. So that was pretty cool. Just a little tidbit of the hard work paying off in other ways, other than my physique. Also getting a free month at the gym. So yeah, we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on grinding. And it's always cool for somebody to acknowledge your progress. I've had it happen a few times, but I'd rank that one up there pretty high. Like, you know, just some acknowledgement from the work I've been doing. And I appreciate you guys' comments when you say you noticed something too. But, you know, this is what it's all about. I'm actually considering in a little over a year entering a natural bodybuilding competition. So I think that might set the fire under my feet, like really, really get me going and really dialing in. Because if I'm going to go compete in something, my goal is to win, not just participate. I want that first spot. So, you know, there's a lot of hungry lifters out there. A lot of them, you know, some of them might try to cheat the system. Scratch that. Forget I even said that. But I think if I do everything in my power to get in the best shape I can in the next year or so, and really dial in the posing and do more research on the competition prep side of things, I think if I really, really dial this thing in, I got it. But that's a long way down the road. So right now we're going to focus on eating the right food today, putting the work in every day, and see where we can take this thing. Thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you next time.